You spent a year and a half studying formal Castilian Spanish. You memorized the grammar rules, nailed your verb conjugations, and racked up 500 continuous days on a generic language app. You are ready to conquer Colombia. But Medellín is the heart of the Antioquia region. Nestled deep in a mountain valley, the people here, the Paisas, have cultivated a fiercely proud, talkative culture with an identity entirely its own. And that identity dictates exactly how they speak. Our expat leaves the tourist-friendly English-speaking cafes of El Poblado and heads straight downtown. This is El Centro, the commercial hub, the Botero Plaza, and full immersion in real daily life. He sits down at a neighborhood spot and confidently orders a café negro. The waiter stares back, confused. He drops off the drink without a word, but his expression makes one thing perfectly clear. That silent look from the waiter is the first hint that classroom Spanish is a foreign language here. Every interaction in Medellín relies on a local vocabulary and a set of social cues that generic studies simply doesn't cover. The first secret of the streets is the coffee. In Medellín, if you want a small black coffee, you order a tinto. Here is exactly where the textbook fails. In Spain, tinto specifically means red wine. By asking for a café negro or misusing tinto, our expat either sounds like an alien or someone trying to order alcohol at 9 in the morning. And coffee breaks here are connection rituals. Accepting that cup means accepting a moment with the person offering it, and missing the word means missing the invitation. Then there is the rhythm of the city. Paisa Spanish features the cantado, a rising, musical, almost sung intonation. It is softer and far more melodic than the flat, rapid rhythm taught in standard curriculums. Between ordering the wrong drinks and missing the musicality of the local accent, arriving without this specific cultural knowledge leaves you a half beat behind in every conversation. Later that afternoon, the expat heads to Laureles, one of the middle-class residential neighborhoods where actual Paisas live and work. He is meeting up with a local friend and is desperate to make a good impression. Following standard classroom rules, he greets his friend using the casual pronoun tú. Instead of returning the warmth, his local friend physically stiffens. The whole interaction immediately turns awkward and cold. This flowchart breaks down exactly why the greeting failed. In standard Spanish, you use tú with friends and usted with bosses or strangers. But the Paisa system flips this completely in a practice called ustedeo. Here, people use the formal usted with close friends, family members, and even romantic partners. To a Paisa, the word usted signals warmth and trust. Using tú strips away that intimacy, making you sound distant and foreign. And if you want to show extreme closeness, you drop both and use vos. Even the standard textbook greeting, cómo estás, feels stiff here. If you want to sound natural on the street, you ask, ¿qué más, parce? The Medellín equivalent of what's up, mate. Applying standard grammar to a Paisa friendship sends the wrong emotional signals, replacing a gesture of warmth with an accidental tone of distance. Realizing grammar rules won't save him, our expat tries to blend in by observing the locals, gathered around the street vendors and shoe shiners, listening for slang he can borrow. He hears the safe, foundational words everywhere. People call good things bacano. They glue their sentences together with the constant filler word, pues. But he ignores the safe words. He wants to sound like a true local, so he reaches for the most versatile, high-risk slang term in all of Medellín, chimba. This gauge illustrates the danger. Chimba is highly volatile. Depending entirely on micro-adjustments in your tone and the social context, it can mean a party is absolutely awesome, or it can mean a situation is a complete and utter disaster. The expat walks into a nice restaurant, takes a bite of his meal, and deploys chimba with slightly the wrong intonation. Instead of complimenting the chef's incredible food, he accidentally tells the entire staff the dish is garbage. Advanced slang requires a deep, intuitive understanding of social register. Without knowing exactly who you are talking to and how to pitch your voice, trying to sound local becomes a highly effective way to sabotage yourself. The day finally ends. The expat is exhausted, confused, and alienated. Wandering the busy streets, he realizes the 500 days he spent on his language app prepared him for a test, but entirely failed to prepare him for the city. He lets out a heavy sigh, shrugs, and mutters, bailas, meaning out of luck or that's that. Without trying, he executes his first perfect context-appropriate use of Paisa slang. The version of Spanish found in textbooks is a sterile, generic dialect that ignores the reality of the street. Actual language is lived, molded by the specific history and rhythm of the people who actually speak it. This stylized mock-up shows how StreetTongue bridges that gap. It bypasses the generic curriculum and focuses specifically on the Medellín Paisa dialect, featuring pronunciation scoring for the cantado melody and AI scenarios built around real-world, street-level conversations. Stop studying for a test you aren't taking. Visit the link in the description to join StreetTongue and start learning the vibrant, messy, beautiful language people actually speak.